In the early 1900s, the British colonial government began tightening its grip on the Giriama people along the Kenyan coast. They wanted two things: taxes to fund the colony, and young men to work as forced labor on plantations and fight in World War I. Mekatilili, a widowed mother in her 40s, saw her culture being eroded and her people being treated as property. She didn't have an army, but she had a powerful voice and a deep connection to her community's spiritual traditions. The slap heard across the coast. In 1913, a British colonial administrator named Arthur Champion held a public meeting to demand workers. Mekatilili walked into the center of the gathering, carrying a hen and her chicks. She challenged the administrator. "Can you take a chick from its mother?" When he ignored her, she slapped the British officer across the face. The shock was absolute. In an era where the British were seen as untouchable, a woman had openly defied them. This act sparked the Giriama Uprising. The British eventually arrested Mekatilili and deported her to Mumias in western Kenya, over 700 miles away from her home. They thought that by moving her to the other side of the country, she would be forgotten. Despite having no map, no shoes, and traveling through thick forests filled with predators, she walked the entire way back home. 6 months later, she reappeared at the coast, seemingly rising from the dead, to continue leading the resistance. Mekatilili was eventually recaptured and exiled again, but her spirit broke the British resolve to force the Giriama into labor. They eventually stopped trying to conscript the young men of her tribe. Today, she is remembered as one of Kenya's greatest Mashujaa, or heroes. She proved that power isn't just about guns, it's about the courage to say no when your dignity is at stake.